Right, people, predictions. So we've got this new Rust Door right in front of us, and what skins are looking very appealing, what potentially will be very good investments, what's going to probably give us some delicious profits. So on the horizon, we do have some interesting things potentially, but to be more straight down to the point, the first thing that I'm comfortable with, it's always a Thompson skin. So Thompsons, when times are good, loads of people always love to use Thompsons. Basically, when we get loads of people playing the game again, better than this, let's put it that way, we tend to see pretty much all of the Thompson skins go up in price very nicely. Now, some of the recent Thompson skins that we've had, they've gone down in price slightly, but this is like as bad as it usually gets. At worst, they'll probably go down to about 15%, but if we were literally asking, right, if I had to spend some money on all of these skins this week, it would be the Thompson. So, yeah, I'm fully expecting, especially in the long term, I'm talking in regards to like post-Christmas time, and we saw it with the likes of all of these Thompson skins, they always get bought out and their prices just go... So, yeah, this is more of a case of a long-term investment. But at the very least, probably around August time when kids are out of school and playing the game again, we see higher player count and whatnot. It's definitely looking to be better, but only for more the long term. So in the short term, will this potentially go down below its Rust Door price? It wouldn't surprise me, but I still expect it to hold strong, and I still expect it to go up in price very nicely. You could just do a buy order. That's totally fine. You're perfectly fine to do that. But if we were talking about, if you had to buy something that was guaranteed to go back up in price in the future, it's going to be the Thompson skin for sure. So I'm confident with that. They're like in the same tier as revolver skins. They are always like reliable to invest in, but mostly for the long term, specifically when times are great. But at the very least, during the bad times, they still retain their value at somewhat okay. A lot better than most other weapon skins, for example. Right, so we've got that out of the way. Now, what are we going to talk about next? At the moment, I'm curious about the likes of the pirate stuff. So let's just get this information out there nice and straight to you. Y9J, he's going to take a break from the pirate collection for now. He does plan to continue it. He does plan to add the likes of a jacket. He's talked about making a hoodie, pants, and some tier 2, tier 3 armor potentially. But we're also talking the likes of like a cutlass sword. We're also talking about the likes of, I think he wanted to make his own Ioka skin. We already have a flintlock Ioka that currently exists, but he wants to make his own pirate Ioka. So he's got plans, but he wants to take a break from it. He also makes the Lunar collection, and he says he's probably going to jump back into that for a while. So what we have here, right in front of us right now, is, a nice primitive set. It's a full collection, I guess you could say. But what we should also point out is, this is a full, budget blackout set. And I hate to say that. I hate to use these terms, but people are going to end up saying that, and people are going to think like that, and it just takes a few people, and then suddenly everybody thinks like that, and everybody starts buying them, and everybody starts wanting them, and you get the idea. So as of now, this is a nice, cool, perfectly fine set, and I'm sure loads of people do, at the very least, like the design of all of it. Y9J, you've done a great job, but if you're going to sit there and say, right, so out of these two, are they looking pretty good? Boonie hats that are part of a collection tend to hold up their value quite nicely. We're starting to go through bad times, and only the sweet Boonie hats going down in price. But that's more gimmick towards Easter. Holiday themed skins tend to struggle. With the likes of the pizza Boonie hat, for example, not everybody liked pizza set, but even then, that's still retaining its value. And when times are good, that very likely go up in price. Same with this. So it matters more about how many sales they have. But then again, I'll also bring up, remember the fisherman hat? Yeah, that had almost 30,000 sales, still went up in price quite comfortably. And yep, during the good times, that was selling for like $3 to $4. So this right here, I think it's got a perfectly good future ahead of it. And we are expecting more pirate skins in the future. This looks to be pretty good, right? All good? All good. Right, so with the hide shoes, this is the one skin I'm a little bit more curious about. We had pizza hide shoes, and that actually did very nicely. It only had about 13,000 sales. But with this, in terms of like primitive shoes and whatnot, they are loud. They are loud. I will point this out. But I hate to say it again, we don't have any like budget blackout cheap primitive shoes, do we? I hate to say it, but yeah. This is looking to be pretty good. But again, if you're really concerned about, will it be all right? Well, we don't need to rush into buying anything. You can wait a few days, go on SUM.app, look at the estimated sales, and then make a decision. Earlier today, I waited until like an hour before the Rust Door rotated to then go ahead and buy pirate hide shirt and pants, and then I also bought 30 Abyss crates because I thought, you know what? I feel like it's worth a chance. I did it. I waited till the last minute. So yeah, the sales looked fine then, and I thought, That's fine. So you can do that with these two skins. That's totally fine. Don't have to rush into buying something immediately. You can take your time and think more in the long term. Short term, it's not looking good. CSGO stickers, CSGO para stickers are literally going to be they could be released right now. Like they could be released right now or tomorrow or during the beginning of May. Very likely the beginning of May. So when we see all that come out, you're going to see prices go down. I've already seen quite a lot of Rust skin prices going down when we saw the release of the Anubis collection with the package. When new thing appear, everybody chases after it. And a lot of people who are involved in Rust investing are also involved with CSGO investing. So keep that in mind. So yeah, you could just do a buy order, or at the moment, it still looks fun to do an actual purchase. So yeah, now let's move on to like the Hardsuit boots and gloves. Both of these do very nicely if they're part of a collection. Now, when you look at all the road sign gloves, for example, how many exist? We have 27. You do see quite a few of them not doing too well, but most of the ones that do badly are from incomplete collections and whatnot. So incomplete, that is complete. That had far too many bought. This also had far too many bought. That had far too many bought. This had far too... No, that one's just a little bit awkward. But yeah, there are reasons as to why these aren't doing so good. But when you look at all the other ones, they're comfortably, perfectly fine in their position. Like, they're perfectly in place. They didn't have far too many bought. They're all part collections. They all steadily rose up in price. What I'm led to believe is, this right here, at 99 cents, if it doesn't sell a ridiculous amount, I think we're fine. I think it's okay. There's also one extra fairly strong point that I want to bring up, but we'll talk about that in a second. Because we're also going to talk about the Hardsuit boots. It's the exact same thing, basically. We don't really see that many boot skins being accepted anymore, and you can quite clearly see this right here. So, yep, Comics boots, it's doing all right. Yeah, but we don't have white out boots, do we? But that's a whole other thing. Other than that, boots in a collection, they tend to do quite all right, and you can see quite a lot of them in the positive. Now, out of 53, 2 of them are drops, the boot skins that just drop for you if you play a certain amount of time, so we'll forget about those. There's like 9 of them in the negative at the moment. So yeah, the vast majority of them are in the positive, the vast majority of them are in a collection, and I fully believe when times are good, that will also go up in price. Now, the reinforcing point that I want to give: we're still waiting for the likes of Hardsuit Tier 2. We've been waiting in it for a while. And what I'm led to believe is we're potentially going to see it for Force Wipe May. And the reason why that is, I'm led to believe Facepunch like to hold back certain skins if they think they're going to sell well. Why? Well, specifically for Force Wipe, you're expected to see the most people out of the whole month playing during Force Wipe. Because, of course, you know, it's Force Wipe. You get the idea. But I'm led to believe they're holding it back to release next week for Force Wipe, because more people potentially see it and more people will potentially buy it, and then, you know, more sales, more money. You get the idea. So I'm led to believe that either that's going to happen, or, and we've just, you know, we've seen this recently, Complete the Sets is coming back in May. For May 18th, we're going to have Complete the Sets. And guess what? Tier 2 completes that. So I get the feeling, strongly, we will be seeing Hardsuit one way or another. And if we do see the Tier 2 being accepted, it will give this a nice boost in demand, and it will also boost it up in price. There you go. So potentially in the short term, that actually might be quite appealing. But there's no guarantees if it is going to be accepted. It just looks quite appealing, and it looks quite likely that we will see it accepted. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to be nice, quick, and concise. Was that helpful? Hopefully it is. So last, final thing, and it is more of a risky suggestion. I'm not going to guarantee. Let me just put it out there. Arctic Skull SAR could be our budget comic SAR. It's nice, mostly white. It's got a nice, helpful red tip. How much is a comic SAR right now? La da 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 da. Oh yeah, you know, it's just $10. I don't have that kind of budget. Okay, you know what? I'll just buy the one that's 5 times cheaper. It's mostly white. It'll still look good in snowy environments. Oh, I've lost it. Ooh. Well, there's one thing I will just also point out to you. A lot of the recent SARs we've had haven't performed very nicely. It's been a little bit awkward. But, you know, this is mostly white, has that red tip, and I get the feeling that it's your budget comic SAR for the snowy environments. And, of course, if I just show you the GIF, where's the GIF? So, I'm not fully on board with the suggestion I'm offering here, but it's something that's been on my mind for a while, so I will at the very least point that out. So yeah, those are all the skins that have, you know, my attention. Every other skin that I haven't mentioned, basically these, I'm not 100% sure on. Flashbacks Helmet is kind of something I'm interested in, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's more of a role player type of skin. Like Riot helmets, we hardly ever see them being accepted, and because of that, most of them are in the positive. But I also get the feeling you're probably going to see a lot of sales for this because of this. And yeah, we haven't seen one accepted in about 3 years. I'm not sure if we can fully rely on the fact that because we haven't seen that many skins for it in a long time, it's instantly going to be a profit. Because I'm pretty sure the reason why we don't see many of these skins being accepted is because people just don't use the Riot helmet that much. But then again, people probably would now because that's an awesome looking helmet. It's a weird position. I'm just not 100% sure on it. Like, 100% sure personally myself. I'd rather see the sales first, then make a decision. So, yeah. I know it can be a little bit awkward trying to figure these things out sometimes, but once you get all the context there, it's a lot easier to then make a decision. It's up to you now what you do next. Not everything is clear-cut and straight to the point. But, you know, at the very least, if you hold your skins and wait until August or at the end of December, you will probably be able to sell all of these for a profit. But that's not really nice to hear, is it? And again, you could just do a buy order. Buy order will probably work out quite perfectly. Well, pretty much all of these, to be honest. But some of these things, well, you know, they might spike in demand potentially a lot earlier. So, yeah. I hope that was straight to the point. I hope that was helpful. And best of luck to all of you. But please do not be surprised if you start seeing a lot of Rust skins go down in price during May, because those new CSGO stickers will be coming out and everyone's going to be going like crazy for them, because we're not going to have a CSGO major for another 10 months, not until 2024, or rather Counter-Strike 2, because So yeah, loads of interest in Hardsuit at the moment and the pirate stuff because we've got continuations. And please don't forget, if we do see tier 2, those gloves and boots very likely will get a nice boost out of it. Thank you for watching me, and yeah, let's just wait.